We're gonna try some barrels today. We've got 2, 4, what do we have? How many of these? 6 Warehouse Q1. Is that 2F? I don't know why I'm yelling. I got a microphone right here. We've got 6 Warehouse Q1 and 2F. Alon already tried a Q1, but he's keeping his tasting notes to himself. But these are very heavy. They're 338 pounds, which means they're going to be low proof because you either have alcohol dissipating or water dissipating. And in this case, the alcohol is dissipated. A full barrel is about 350 pounds. These are 9 years, 6 months, and they're still 338. So not a lot of liquid loss. Average proof gallon loss is going to be 10% the first year, 4% every year after that. Let me tell you something. I'm so glad I'm doing this YouTube and not Instagram because I can just ramble because YouTube doesn't care if it's a long video. So Warehouse Q1 is a new warehouse. It's cinder block, which is why it traps in a lot of humidity, and it's massive. It has over 200,000 barrels in it, which is not particularly a good thing. There is no, even with fans, the circulation is going to be not that great. So the top floor ones, sorry, not floor, these don't have floors. The top of the stack ones were amazing. These lower ones, they're all rusty. These have been just kind of one-dimensional because there's without that circulation, they're low, they're humid, there's not a lot of movement into the wood. But because, as you can see, or maybe you can't, I haven't checked out the camera, these were originally top filled, palletized, and so there's lots of contact with the oak, but mainly just the exterior layer, which is the char. And so what we've been finding with these low ones is they've got bitter char from being top filled and too much contact with the wood, but no complexity because there's not a lot of swelling and movement into the wood. Hopefully that's not the case today. Let's get into it. Alon, do you know the proof of this first one?
112.
112, there you go. This one's 112, 334 pounds. It's very chilly in here today. Well, that's a very nice barrel. How long have these been out here for? 6 months? 7 months? No, not that long. 2 months. You're just saying yeah to everything. Oh, we have some that have been out here longer. So yeah, this is almost too big oak on the finish. It's almost too bitter, but it has a lot of really sweet, rich flavors that balance that out. And the bitter oak quickly transitions into oak spice. Oak spice is going to come in more as like peppers, black and white peppers, as opposed to rye spice, which is like cinnamon spice. That is what number is that? 3614. 3614 is a winner. Hopefully we keep having those winners, that is. I'm not going to like this, he said. 3615, I'm going to guess is like 105 proof or something like that. I mean, it's 336 pounds, 103.5 proof. That makes sense. 9.5 years, and it's 336 pounds. That proof gallon loss has to come from somewhere. And so in case you don't know what a proof gallon is how we measure everything. That is a volume of a gallon at 100 proof. A volume gallon, we call wine gallons. Nothing here is measured in wine gallons. Everything's measured in proof gallons. So when you have 10% proof gallons, 10% proof gallons lost the first year, 4% every year after. So that's 8 times 4 plus 10. I don't know what that is. I'm terrible at math. I couldn't even do that. I'm so dumb. How did I even get this? How did I even own a business? I don't know. So that loss is not reflected in the pounds so it's going to be reflected, instead of this being the entry, which is Oh, let's see, 53 gallons at 120 proof, 63.6 proof gallons is what these are originally. It's going to have that loss. And so it's either going to be higher proof, lower volume, or lower proof, higher volume, which is what this is. Is it terrible? No, flat. That tastes like absolutely nothing. He was not exaggerating when he said flat. So, sorry, 36.15. You're a loser. 36.16, right? Yep. 338 pounds. What's this one at, like 102 proof? 104 proof. Just bulldoze Warehouse Q. That's my advice to MGP. I don't know. Nothing really going on. Boring. I would not want that as a barrel pick. Someone who just started drinking bourbon from like vodka yesterday would like that. But those people generally are spending $20 to $40 a bottle. They're not spending money on barrel picks. So, sorry, 36. Was 16? You're rejected. Yeah, and so the 36 means, because the last barrel picks we did were 30, start with a 39 because they're 39% rye. These are our traditional mash bill of 36% rye. 36.17. How many pounds? 323 pounds. So, you know, hey, maybe we'll get lucky. Please finish good. That is, it's pretty mellow. You know, it's a shame. Oh, yeah, actually, ooh, it's got something going on at the end. It's 111 proof, so not super high proof, but it's got all that toffee up front. So I'm gonna say let's do it. There's somebody that's gonna love this barrel. I know that because the 39% rye barrels were pretty funky, and we had some people that are like, we're just looking for like an easy sipper, which is not normally what I look for in a private barrel, but this one. This is like when I do these events and I come in contact with these new bourbon drinkers, and they won't ask me like, what's the oldest? I'm like, what are you looking for? They're like, we're looking for smooth. I'm like, generally you don't get that out of old. This one here, you do in fact get that. Very pleasant. I bet, you know, it's probably like 50 degrees in here. I bet that like at room temperature, after it's been exposed to air for a little bit, it's going to develop a little more complexity, but that's a really pretty barrel, just not overly complex. So this has no rust on the rings. They're only 280 pounds. I've got hope for these. I've got the hope. What's the proof? 121.2. These are the Q1s I'm looking for, baby. This is why I set these aside and didn't pull them until they were 9 years old for some of these. So come on, let's go. Whoo-wee! This is why we're here. This is, what number is this? 18. 39, 36, 18. So, oh my God. Oh, that tastes like a Dusty. That tastes like barrels like when I was in Kentucky and I was trying like, oh my God. Oh my God. I love this barrel. I want to marry this barrel. Now, don't get me wrong. Just because I love it doesn't mean you're gonna love it. There's gonna be people that that last one that was super soft. There's gonna be people that are gonna prefer that over this. As a matter of fact, that probably has a wider audience than something like this. That's 121 proof, very complex. Just Up front, it's just, I can't, up front it's almost like toffee, but then the finish is just big oak, like tons of oak wood and white and black pepper spice, very dry, very tannic, but no bitters. We have a winner. This is why. This was the plan. It's finally working out. 3619. 3619, I'm predicting is going to be pretty close to the last one. The rings have they look brand new, low pounds, 285, right? So a lot of evaporation. It's going to be higher proof. Lay it on me, Alon. What are we looking at? 127.6. Oh my God! This is what I wanted. These were all like these top of the stack Q1s. They're all like 122 proof when they were 8 years old, and I stopped pulling them because I was like, yeah, when they're 9, they're gonna be. Oh, that one's a little funky. I'm into it though. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it must be moving deep into the wood up there. It's way more complex. Still a lot of oak for a 9-year. Borderline bitter. I bet that mellows out. You know, we just cracked all these for the first time, so I'm sure that's going to get a little softer. Ooh, what the 127 proof? Would never have guessed that. Never. It's got a lot of spice and it's got a lot of complexity and oak wood and big flavors, but it's okay because up front there's enough sweet caramel and toffee and traditional like vanilla candy flavors going on to support it. Oh my God. How many more of these do we have here today?
6.
6 after this 6? I hope the other 6 are like that. I mean, I have a lot of these. I have about 500 of them. So, I think. Now I have like 509.5 years. They're not all Q1. But I'm very happy. So, I'm happy with all of them. You know, obviously I'm more animated and more excited about these last 2 because they fit my flavor profile more. But that doesn't mean they're going to fit your flavor profile more. Probably the first one. The first one, I would say, would be a total crowd pleaser. And then the super soft one, there's definitely going to be a bigger audience than these last 2. But these last 2 are going to be like for the OGs, like the real bourbon drinkers. These are that. So that's our last of the Q1s. We're going to do 6 F1s right now. 2F. These are all palletized as well. Yep. The last time we did these, they were all pretty good, just very low proof. But we'll see how it goes this time. 2F, 285 pounds. Alon's going to tell me the proof in a second, but let's take a little sippy sip first. Whoa, whoa. That is like big, that is crazy oak. Okay, what's the proof? 114. It does not get overly bitter. I'm gonna put this one out there. I think there's gonna be some people that would really like this. I really like it, but this is what I do for a living. So, you know, I don't like bitter tannins, and I don't like one-dimensional over-oaked, like licking a piece of wood. So as long as there's sweet flavors and spices and complexity, things to balance out that oak, I'm into it. Very sweet up front. big oak wood. Big spicy time, spicy action. What number is this? 36 what? You know, what? 20?
Yeah.
3620. All right. 3621 is 300 pounds. I might be scared. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how the sucker is. Oh, no. Nope, nope, nope. Well, that's a reject. That finish will suck your life force right out of you. This barrel epitomizes why I hate fucking palletized barrels. Well, that second sip was better. Barrel has potential. You know, there's a lot going on, and it's just too bitter, and that's the problem with palletized barrels. Is, you know, they're I can understand them, and they're fine for like 4-year, because you can get some 4-year that's got some heavy oak flavors to it already, because there's so much contact with the wood. But when you get one like this, that's in a warehouse, it's not getting proper circulation, it's just, there's so much oak. You know, these are 9.5 years, there's so much oak, and it's too bitter, and there's not enough complexity. And that's why when we bring them here, even though they were side-filled rack, we put them on their side. Because, you know, some of these like 39 barrels, like 39 low numbers, you know, technically they're single digits. We put a 0 before everything, that are just been released at 8 years. We brought those in at 6 years, and they weren't ready. And we let them sit here in the desert for 2 years, and they're amazing. And so, sitting here in the desert, we definitely want everything to be on its side. If they were palletized, there'd be so much wood contact that we come back and it would just be like balsamic bourbon sludge. There'd be nothing left. So, is this 21? 3621?
I was 21, yeah.
So this guy's just gonna hang out. We're gonna spend some time with him. He's gonna be a Nevada resident for a second. I think my microphone died. All right. What is it, 3621?
22.
3622. Lon says it smells funny. Oh, it smells good. Maybe I'm weird. No, that's just like, I don't know. What do you think?
Sit.
Yeah. It needs some complexity. It needs some, what's the proof? Do you even do it?
Yeah, 113.
113? All right, yeah, we'll let that guy sit. No, that was it's just whatever. It's not bad. It's not good. Just very boring. Instead of hang out here in the desert. 20, 39, 23.
36, 23.
36, Jesus Christ. 3623, 113.8 proof. That guy's always low. You don't know what I'm pointing at. It's our little handheld Anton Par hydrometer. So I'm going to guess this is closer to 114. Warehouse F2. Yeah, I'm going to put that out there. That is beginner bourbon. There's nothing bad going on. It is not 100% one-dimensional, but for me, it's a little too soft. There's going to be a lot of people that is what they're looking for sure. I know, because I stand behind a table at all these events, and I know what the majority of people. The question is, are those people willing to spend the money for a 9.5 year? I guess we'll find out. Worst thing that happens is no one wants the sample, and then I didn't understand the market. Oh yeah. Oh, it's got some spice at the end. Oh yeah, for sure. What number was that?
23.
3623. It really ended up surprising me. 3624, if you're wondering if I'm forcing Alon to be off camera, no. He's just shy. 114.1. Still a warehouse F2. I got a piece of wood in that. Whoa! Yeah, I had a big piece of wood. That was like a piece of it. There's a lot of wood floating around in here. Not just char, but like oakwood wood.
I like it.
Oh yeah, very, very nice. More vanilla-y, light caramel than like somehow these rich, other ones have been rich toffee. Lots of spice. My tongue is totally tingling. More cinnamon spice. I'm picking up more of that cinnamon rye spice than black and white pepper. But there is definitely some oak wood and not just the piece that went in my mouth. So yeah, I'm totally into this. This is a really nice barrel. Like really still accessible, but still complex enough for a more seasoned bourbon drinker. I already forgot the number. What is it? 36?
24.
24?
Yep.
3624. After that first sip, I wanted some more. 3625, warehouse F2, 114.1 proof. What was the pounds on this? Mystery voice.
310.
310. So 310 pounds and 114 proof. Is there anything going? Is that? Did you?
First of all, it's too cold.
You think it's too cold?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not getting anything.
Bit flat.
It gets a little. I think we're gonna let that one sit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So only 2 are totally rejected going into blending, right? And yeah, like this just needs a little more. It needs a little more going on. It's just a little too flat. There is some spicy action and tingliness at the end, but up front, just I don't know. It's hard to explain why some of these soft ones make sense to offer as samples and some don't. But this is a don't for sure. And that's it. 12 barrels. Thank you for joining us today on our Saturday morning bourbon sipping adventure.